Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sports News Flash at 12. I am your weekend sports anchor, Mike Medina. Now, I know that usually I put out content on Sundays, but this is different. I decided to put it out today because on Saturday I had my sisters, my nieces and nephews over, and they spend the whole entire day here. So I couldn't set up. I couldn't do anything in terms of preparing myself for the show. So therefore I decided to put out this new content, this new episode today at 12 on this brand new Monday. But there's a lot that's been going on in the sports world, so we're gonna get right into it. Last Monday, Buffalo Bills, Cincinnati Bengals, both teams are playing phenomenal. They're doing great, and it was a must-see game and one of the anticipated games of the season for this Monday night game. But something bigger happened in this game, something that none of us anticipated, something that we've never seen before. And that goes to show you that life can happen, a whole 360 can happen at any given moment in this life, and it happened on the football field. Buffalo Bills, Damar Hamlin was injured during the first quarter of the Monday night game against the Cincinnati Bengals after taking a hit directly to the chest while tackling wide receiver T. Higgins. Hamlin at first got up, but he almost immediately collapsed back down to the ground. The Bills later said that Hamlin went into cardiac arrest on the field. The paramedics who rushed over had to restart his stopped heart and then administer CPR for nearly 10 minutes before he could be loaded into an ambulance, which had driven right onto the field and taken to the hospital. The 15 minutes that elapsed between Hamlin's injury and the ambulance driving away were chaotic and emotional. Players came into the field to support each other. They were crying. The Bengals team were also devastated. Once the game was postponed, Bills head coach Sean McDermott and multiple players went to the hospital to be with Hamlin. Even reporters on ESPN, like Lisa Salters, she was almost on the verge of tears when she was giving the report on Damar Hamlin and his situation. But then, a couple of days later, on Thursday morning, Hamlin started to improve at a remarkable rate. And now he was able to tweet. The first words that came out of his mouth were, "Did we win?" So we're glad to see Damar Hamlin waking up, able to tweet, able to talk. And the Buffalo Bills responded on Sunday by honoring Damar Hamlin in the game against the Patriots. They even start off the game with a 97 yard kick return touchdown, which was impeccable. So it was scary. It was very tough to see what happened to Damar Hamlin, but hopefully he continues to get better. He's 24 years old. We don't know what's going to happen with his career. But the most important thing is that his health is priority. He's alive and he's well. And now the Buffalo Bills are heading into the postseason as the number 2 seed. In the AFC Conference, Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars played on Saturday night, and the winner will win the AFC South Division title. Who won? Who did I want it to win? Jacksonville. I've been to Jacksonville 3 times. I have family in Jacksonville, and it was time to see something new and different this season. So the Jaguars defeated the Titans on Saturday night. It was an outstanding game. They have the AFC South Division title. Also, who was going to get the final spot in the AFC between the Miami Dolphins, New England Patriots, and Pittsburgh Steelers? Sure enough, the Miami Dolphins took care of business against the Jets to secure the final spot in the AFC. Patriots and Steelers, who for so many years always contended to the playoffs, they were eliminated from playoff contention. The playoff schedule is officially set. So here are the matchups for next weekend. 49ers will take on the Seahawks, and the Jaguars will take on the Chargers on Saturday, January 14th. The following day, Sunday, January 15th, you will have games such as Bills versus Dolphins, Vikings versus Giants, and Bengals versus Ravens for that day. And then on Monday, which is one of the most exciting games I'm looking forward to, is the Tampa Bay Bucks versus Dallas Cowboys on an exciting Monday night matchup. We're going to go into this commercial, but when we get back, Rafael Devers, whom many of us expected that he will leave the Boston Red Sox, that might not happen after all. Also, Connor McDavid made history on this past Thursday, and we will see what that history is all about. We'll be back after this. Welcome back to the Sports News Flash at 12. Wow, Boston Red Sox, they've let go so many players, especially from that 2018 squad. Mookie Betts is no longer there. JD Martinez is no longer there. Xander Bogaerts is no longer there. Will Rafael Devers be next? I guess not. Not every star player is leaving the Boston Red Sox, and the Red Sox and Rafael Devers decided to stick together after all. Red Sox third baseman Rafael Devers has agreed to an 11-year, $331 million contract extension that will begin with the 2024 season. It's a decision that we didn't expect because we kept hearing rumors that he might leave for another team, but Rafael Devers decided that he will be a Boston Red Sox for the rest of his career. He's 26 years old. He won a world championship in 2018 with the Boston Red Sox. With this contract, there's no doubt in my mind that he will be a Boston Red Sox for life. Just like David Ortiz, even though David Ortiz started his career with Minnesota, but he built most of his career in Boston. Connor McDavid, who is arguably the best hockey player on the planet, he made history on Thursday night against the New York Islanders. The Oilers star hit the 500 assist mark for his career. The milestone came with an assist in the first period on a shorthanded goal by Kailer Yamamoto. McDavid also has 272 goals in 526 games with the Oilers. The number one overall pick in 2015 is the fifth fastest player in history to reach 500 assists. McDavid reached 500 assists in 527 games. Only 5 players in NHL history have done it faster. Wayne Gretzky with 352, Mario Lemieux with 433, Peter Stastny with 507, and Bobby Orr with 522. That's an impressive list of company that McDavid has joined. We're going to go into another commercial, and when we get back, we're going to end things with Vince McMahon. That's right, Vince McMahon. He's not done. He's not over yet. We'll be back after this. Vince McMahon is one of the greatest owners of all time in sports and entertainment. What he has accomplished in the company is something that there's not the right words to describe what he has done for this company ever since he took over in the 80s. And yes, he has been controversial. Yes, he has gotten away with so many things. But what he has done for this company is something that is not too many people can pull it off. And although lately he hasn't been the best example, I should say, because of allegations and things of that nature, but here's what's been going on lately with Vince McMahon and why I'm bringing him up right now. Vince McMahon has returned to the World Wrestling Entertainment Board of Directors to facilitate potential sale talks ahead of the company's media rights renewal. WWE has hired JP Morgan to help the company advise on a potential sale. According to people familiar with the matter, JP Morgan declined to comment. A WWE spokesman couldn't immediately be reached for comment. If a deal occurs, it would likely occur in the next 3 to 6 months, said the people who asked not to be named because the discussions are private. WWE plans to talk to potential buyers before it makes a decision on TV rights renewal agreements. McMahon's return should help a sale process go smoothly, though there could still be hiccups. The former CEO and chairman is 77 years old and the controlling shareholder of WWE. He stepped down after an investigation found that he had paid nearly $15 million to 4 women over 16 years of alleged sexual misconduct and infidelity. Return to the board will give potential buyers confidence he's supportive of the details of any transaction. I will say this, I hope that the company doesn't go woke, because I know that in Peacock, WWE and Peacock are in collaboration, and if I remember correctly, there was at one point that they took down certain content because it was very extreme, because back then WWE had no filter for so many years, and now that we're in this woke culture, political correctness, which I can't stand, the society that we live in today, people basically want to erase everything from the past. But I hope that whatever decision the company goes, it's for the right reason, for the good reasons, and not to diminish the product that has helped them succeed for so many years. The Denver Nuggets are tied first place with Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference. They both have a 26-13 record. Denver Nuggets are 16-1 when they score more than 120 points this season. I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. A healthy Denver Nuggets team are title contenders. When you have Nikola Jokic, the two-time reigning MVP, Jamal Murray, who to me is like the second coming of Gilbert Arenas, Michael Porter Jr., who's a stud, Aaron Gordon, who's a stud. Their bench are loaded. This team has everything, a little bit of everything. They're young, they're athletic, they have heart. If that team can stay healthy for the rest of the season, you should look out for them. That's all I'm saying. You might think I'm crazy, you might think that I'm exaggerating, but this team has a lot of harmony. And I saw this about 3-4 years ago. I sensed it. I love the chemistry of this team. Like I said, they're young. They're not going anywhere. So I do expect some title aspirations for this team. I'm rooting for this team to go far. So let's see what happens. That does it for this episode of Sports News Flash at 12. Don't forget that today is the national title game between TCU and Georgia. Who will you go for, TCU or Georgia? Deep down, I want TCU to win, but I'm expecting Georgia to win. But I'm hoping to be proven wrong. And I hope it's not a lopsided game because Georgia has been the best team in the country for the last 18 months, and they've decimated opponents. And yes, Ohio State gave them a scare, but Georgia, they're not going anywhere. They have championship pedigree in them, and they will find a way to fix their mistakes from their matchup against Ohio State. TCU, Max Duggan, he's a gamer. They play without a lot of heart. I love the way they perform against Michigan, and I expect the same urgency in this game against Georgia. They will also be looking at the tapes to see what they could do differently. So I'm expecting a great matchup. It's going to be tonight. I hope you guys enjoy the national title game. And what can I say? Always stay safe. Be safe. It's a tough world that we live in, but as long as you have God in your heart, then nothing else you should worry. Always have God in your heart. Jesus Christ loves you all. And as always, be safe. I know I said it again, but it's very important. Be safe. May God bless you all. Enjoy your Monday.